There is no particular wisdom that is vested in me. There are certain things I do want to talk about, and I do not see Anuttama when Anuttama invited me, and thank you VIF for having extended this invitation to me. When Anuttama invited me, she tried to pin me down about what I was going to speak on. And I was very reluctant to begin that. Because I'm going to not talk about any of the big things that Dr. Gupta mentioned. I'm going to talk about very, very small things, which I will come to later. And therefore, this title has been left sufficiently vague to tempt you to attend, but also so as to offer me plenty of latitude to do what I want to do, which is to focus on the very, very small things. There was a sage named Ashtavakra. A very interesting sage. His father's name was Kahot. While Ashtavakra's mother was still expecting, Kahot was instructing his wife, a little bit like Abhimanyu if you like. He was instructing his wife about the nature of the Brahman, about Vedanta. And Ashtavakra, who was inside his mother's stomach, which is where the little bit about Abhimanyu comes in, heard this, was already fairly wise. And from inside his mother's stomach, he began to correct his father's pronunciation. So his father, Kahot, cursed him and said, "How dare you correct my pronunciation sitting inside your mother's stomach? So when you are born, you will be disjointed." So he was born disjointed in 8 parts of his body, which is why he was known as Ashtavakra. I don't want to digress too much. To cut a long story short, there was a king named Janaka. This is not the Janaka who was Sita's father. Quite often we tend to think that Janaka is a proper name. It isn't. Janaka means an entire lineage of kings, all of whom were referred to as Janaka. So there was one particular Janaka who had a very learned Brahman in his court. And in a debate, that Brahman defeated Ashtavakra's father and imprisoned him. So Ashtavakra went to Janaka's court to try and free his father who had been imprisoned. And he was just a child then. Janaka was so impressed at Ashtavakra's wisdom and knowledge that he made Ashtavakra his guru. And what Ashtavakra told Janaka is today known as the Ashtavakra Gita. The first shloka of the Ashtavakra Gita, and whenever I am reciting, unless it is there, I will translate. The first shloka of Ashtavakra Gita is a question asked by Janaka. And the question is, Katham jnanam avapnoti, katham muktihi bhavishyati, vairagyam va katham praptam etat bruhi mama prabhu. O Lord, how does one obtain knowledge? How does one attain liberation? How does one cultivate non-attachment? Please instruct me about this. The reason I mentioned the Ashtavakra Gita is this particular question of Janaka's is a question that all of us face in our lives. Who am I? Where did I come from? Why am I here? Where am I going to go? And not just Ashtavakra Gita, as Dr. Arvind Gupta said, the Bhagavad Gita is also about this. It is about karma. It is about dharma. It is about bhakti. It is about sannyas. It is about tyag.